Welcome to another LVTRV25, our cruise edition in Asia, aboard the celebrity cruise ship Solstice. As the morning starts off with some beautiful flowers from our room attendant, we head out today on an excursion at the Bala Hills and Golden Bridge. It starts off real early, and it was a rainy morning. Our buses are out the dock waiting for us passengers and our tour, and it's about an hour and a half, 2 hour drive to get to the Bala Hills and Golden Bridge. So this is going through some of the port city town.
Okay.
We end up going to the called Fairyland Sun World. It ended up being a little cloudy. So Sun World is, I guess you want to call it, amusement area, tourist. We're lollipop number 12 today. And we get to go on a gondola ride. It's almost 2 miles long to go on top of a mountain that's almost 3,000 feet high. And here we go. Get on the gondola with a total of 8 of us on here. And sunny and beautiful down below. And then we get up higher and higher. And it gets foggy and cold. As we get off the gondola and look at the stars and stripes, they're looking okay. Gotta check it out later. Bunch of the flags from all the foreign nations. This is a big bridge that has 2 big cement hands that are holding it up. Of course, it's very foggy to see the both hands at the same time. And lots of tourists up here today. It is kind of neat the way they did it, but it's a huge area up here. It's a parkland. Look at our flag now. It doesn't look like it's upside down, but anyway, it's a big area. Flower gardens, amusement area, lots of food, waterfalls. It also had an amusement park underneath this huge castle that was indoors, but it was definitely cool and foggy out here. The Golden Bridge, the hands holding the bridge, but your visibility was definitely not the greatest. It was called Sun World. It wasn't a sunny day for us this day, but they did have a lot of art gardens. This was the Love Garden with lots of flowers and a little waterfall with dragons. Down below they had a huge amusement area. They had bumper cars and a bunch of other semi-rides. They had a dinosaur world you could walk around in and check out. And then it's time for us to leave. We were there for like 5 hours, I believe. Also had lunch there and got to come down. There's a little waterfall. And it was a good 20-minute ride to get up. So back on the ship, we got to see some entertainment. Tony, her name was, and she did Whitney Houston. She did a couple performances that was great. Of course, had some food that evening. We ended up the next day, Ho Chi Minh City, formerly known as Saigon. Got on the buses, ended up being a really nice day. It's another hour and a half, 2 hour drive, depending on traffic. Our first stop was Ho Chi Minh City Museum. A lot of artifacts they dug up, found. This is a mummy they found in 1994. pretty well intact. It was interesting to see the history, read the boards, where they found some of these, where they were made. Of course, this is way, way back, 1,000, 2,000 years ago. Some of these artifacts, and there were actually paintings on the vase. Of course, some war relics. This is us traveling actually into downtown. We also had lunch included, where we had lunch at the Novotel Saigon Center. It was a big buffet, and that was actually a really great buffet also. And our next stop was the Vietnam Palace. The palace is where the Vietnam War ended in 1975, where the storming of the gates by the North Vietnamese in China into this area with the tanks. And it's different to hear their side of the stories. And it goes communications. Watch out. Look how big communication stuff was then. Make sure you had a decoder ring when you're typing. And Mercedes on display. Of course, this was the palace. They couldn't show a lot of pictures inside, but it was 50 years ago the Vietnam War ended. And we also went to these temples. People have prayers for them, for their spirits. Of course, the ponds to soothe the people. But the top there was how delicate and ordained all the carvings were. And of course, they have drinks for the spirits. Oh look, a fire extinguisher. A big one. They need it there with all the fires they have in here. This is the skyline of downtown. This was a building, the CIA building, where some helicopters took off during 1975. Another wartime museum. This was the Basilica, the Catholic Church Basilica of Notre Dame, Saigon. Getting a little facelift. Couldn't enter it that day. It was right across the street from the train station. This was the waterway and the nation's flags. We started heading back toward the ship. And the roads weren't too bad getting there. Again, just a long drive to get to your excursion from the ship. This fire truck was on its way to a call. It had its lights on and siren. You can get the greatest picture of her. I'm assuming it came from here. It was near the port. This is a station, a disaster center they called it. And that was the fire station. Again, thanks for watching this video. More to come. So subscribe, comment, and like, and love and hugs to all.